Hello everybody and welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews, which we review books, movies, authors, typically books and authors. That's our biggest passion. It is what we do. We read at a level that most people, at a speed most people just don't actually believe. So we read a lot, read an absolute lot. And we try and stay away from the high literature and next great American novel. We want to go for the entertainment stuff. We're not looking for the equivalent of Oscar winners. We're looking for the equivalent of the 22% Rotten Tomato score, but made $80 million because people loved it when they saw it. And indie authors. So today I actually want to talk about an indie author and a fairly interesting book. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, comment, give me some suggestions on books, or just chat about books. I'm always willing to chat about books. Again, I'm reading the fun books. I'm not really going for, high literature again. So, the author I want to talk about is Joshua Guest. He's a Guess, as in, guess who this guy is. Joshua Guest. He's actually got a bunch of books. I stumbled across him not too long ago on one of his beginning of one of his series, and I was a little disappointed because I discovered that he came out as an indie author many years ago and just didn't succeed. Just wasn't able to pay the bills, so he ended up quitting writing for a while. I had to get another job. I had to get a job and started writing again. But now he writes more for fun. He still puts his books out there. I get them on my Kindle, and he has got a Patreon page where he links to his books. Now he just basically puts them out there for free. And unfortunately, because he wasn't able to write for a living, a lot of his series kind of stalled out. Although, again, he's still writing. So I'm really hoping people discover this guy and maybe he's able to make a go at it as an author again, because his books, they're pretty damn good. I've only read a couple of his series, and they're in the superhero genre, kind of superpower genre. The one I want to talk about is a book called Next. He has 2 books in this series, and it's definitely lined up for further books. But again, this series pretty much ended right when he had to stop writing. But man, is it good. So I'm really hoping for a book 3 to come out. But Next, the concept in this is that the superpowers came out. Now, these people that have these abilities are called Next. They're just the next level, the next evolution, who knows? But they're called the Next. And it comes from a great tragedy. There was a tragedy that cost the lives of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. And that surge kind of was sort of the beginning, in theory, of the Next, the superpowered starting to show up. And the book revolves around the Office of Superhuman Affairs, because there's always an Office of Superhuman Affairs in these kind of books, where naturally the Next are second-class citizens, all these laws that lock them down on what they can do. And it deals with a Next that is Christy Singh, I want to say, that becomes the co-director of one department of the OSA, and her partner are basically just the cops. In a way, they don't really investigate so much as they respond. They're almost like a SWAT team, sort of. They don't so much investigate as they respond to things that the normal cops can't handle, or go after people that the normal cops and military aren't able to handle very well. So they have this big facility. They, of course, got their super genius with their super tech, and she's got her powers, and that's what the main plot of the book revolves around. And then a couple small mysteries that pop up, of course, that they have to solve, and the overarching plot line behind that, or hidden underneath that, I should say. But just the way he writes, he's amusing. He writes really well. The character's really cool. He's amusing. He's snarky. Some of the characters are snarky. Some of the characters are just kind of blunt. The way he does the powers is really interesting. It's different than a lot of the superpowered books out there. They try and explain it in a way. And yeah, like I said, man, this guy's it's fantastic. I absolutely love the book. I read the first one yesterday, and then instantly downloaded the second one, read that one, and just searching everywhere, hoping I could find a third. Even went onto his Patreon page. Unfortunately, he moved on to a different series that's also superpowered. But I'm hoping again that he manages to catch on. And these books are just fantastic. They're pretty much self-contained. There's a small bit of a plot line outside of them, but they're pretty much self-contained books, the first and second one. So you guys gotta check them out. Some spoilers are going to be coming up ahead, so if you're not interested in that, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe buttons. We'd really appreciate that. Throw me some comments if you got some books you want to read, want me to review, think that I would love to read, or just want to chat about books. We're always willing to chat about books. Email us. Otherwise, turn the video off. Go read Joshua Guess's Next. If you're still sticking around, that means you're not afraid of spoilers. So the whole idea, the whole concept of it is this guy, a tragedy occurs, and in his grief, his anger, so on and so forth, he kind of explodes, and his explosion goes out miles and kills everybody in this radius, and is during a big festival. So that's and then from there, that surge of energy almost that spread around the world basically created the Next. Is the theory, is the idea, the concept. And so Sing, she joins this department. Her partner is a normal human. They go in pairs, unpowered with a Next. And she is the co-director. There's two directors, again, partners. One unpowered, one is a Next. And at first, it's just trying to solve, I guess you could say, the monster of the week, a killer that kills an entire family, kidnaps a boy, and it seems to be super, super powerful. So they're trying to track this guy, and he's killing left and right. He breaks into a couple houses, he kills a few more people, and just as they're starting to kind of get a handle on this, she finds out some of the secrets they have, such as the guy who originally exploded is not dead like they say. He's actually in a coma of his own choice, held within this facility. Well, he wakes up. He wakes up because while he's been in this coma, he basically woke up inside his own mind and kind of learned his powers and mastered his powers. He now has a distant sense almost. He can see the energy in the superpowers. He can control his own powers so he doesn't kill everyone in a circle around or a globe around him. And he decides he wants to help. Says he wants to help because he's very remorseful for all the people that died. And it turns out that this kid this killer that they're going after that kidnapped this kid, he's stupid powerful. He's insanely powerful. So he agrees to help because he can see their powers, and it glows. So they kind of need him to try and find this killer who's targeting kind of random people in a way. Then you start getting this underlying thing of her mentor has been hiding something from her that her new partner knows, and has something to do with the original surge and all the tens of thousands of people that died. He seemed to maybe have known about it in advance, kind of thing, which of course also irritates the guy who was part of it, because he was very remorseful. He tried to kill himself at one point, and that's why he's trying to help. And then they finally find out who this killer is, and it happens to be the boy that they thought was kidnapped. He's actually the killer, and he's super, super, super powerful telekinetic. He ends up attacking the base. He is so powerful they cannot contain him no matter what they do. Even with the original uber-powered Next, they still can't seem to contain and control this kid, even with all their high-tech gear. So they continue to fight. It goes through the whole facility almost. Eventually, they manage to defeat him. They have to kill him, and along with this comes out the fact that her partner actually is a Next. He's just unregistered. He hides it from himself or from everybody else. They work out a deal, and he explains and shows the reason why he's hiding it, and it's because of her mentor, and he's trying to track down and he shows her the evidence and the proof of how he knew beforehand. In fact, he may have even engineered the original creation of it, which is kind of what leads into book 2. But the case of the week, the monster of the day kind of thing, that is definitely solved, along with the original guy waking back up, taking on a new identity, trying to help out, how he's mastered his powers, how the powers are evolving for everybody. Pretty fascinating book. So again, hit the like and subscribe button, and go check out Joshua Guess. He could definitely use the boost, and I think he's a fantastic author for you guys to read. Thank you everybody for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now.